what's interesting about Marvin Harrison is that he hasn't signed an NFLPA deal. Not that he doesn't want to. From this is all allegedly, people. So I don't know Marvin Harrison. I don't know anything about his camp, but allegedly from the stories that we were getting, is that he has not signed his NFLPA deal. But I think a lot of it has nothing to do with the NFLPA, but it has to do with his contract with Fanatic. And if you
Yes.
guys don't know, is that Fanatic is a apparel company that's pretty much cornered the market all over sports. Um,
Ruben, right?
Ruben, yeah, was
Yeah, Philly.
a former Sixer owner, has cornered the market in apparel, jersey sales, hat sales, um, cards, pretty much anything sport related. He has cornered the market somehow. It's a monopoly. I thought the monopolies were illegal, but somehow he's been able to do it. Um,
Mhm.
and I think what has happened in the Marvin Harrison Jr.'s case, and not everybody's as special as Marvin that has had a father who's also been a Hall of Fame football player and kind of knows the in and out in the NFL. He did not sign a Fanatics deal when he was a sophomore at Ohio State. And what has been happening is that really good players and their likeness in the college era, instance for a player like Marvin Harrison, have been signing these Fanatic deals that are 4-year length deals. So that means that ultimately those deals will go into that player's professional career, which is saying that, hey, my value was at sophomore year to where my value possibly be at by the time I become a pro ain't the same money we talking. And
Yeah.
Marvin Harrison, a player that comes from money, a player that understands, and a father that understands these contracts, doesn't need that money, so he didn't sign that deal. So now it's trickled into him going into the National Football League, and I think that's the break area where because the NFLPA has a contract and the NFL has a contract with Fanatic, so right now with him not signing that until that Fanatic deal gets situated, he will not be on any Madden games. He will not have his jersey being sold or or any type of apparel that has his name, cards, any video games. He would not be associated with that until he signs that deal. So, how's this wrap up? I don't think Marvin really cares.
Yeah, the
I
Marvin don't
think
need Marv don't need the money.
he don't need the money, and
Yeah,
that's the
yeah, he don't
tricky
need the
part,
money.
right? You're coming
Yeah.
to these young kids that don't have nothing, and they're saying, "Hey, we're gonna give you $100,000. I
They're
need you to
like,
sign
"Yeah,
this
let's
4-year
go."
deal." Like, shit, 100 right now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Um, with what, an obligation to sign some cards, and so if we can make some money off the back end, I believe it's like 25%, something real crazy, some crazy type of deal that they're getting off these guys. And Marvin didn't need to do it, and he's able to kind of now master what he wants to do in his NFL future. So eventually, I think they'll get it done. They'll probably come up a little bit different from Marvin Harrison. Not everybody's like that, but maybe this might trickle down in effect and maybe open some eyes to these younger players that, hey, look at these contracts before you sign. I mean, should these contracts be 4 years for some of these players? Absolutely not. Some might need it. Some may not make it to the NFL. It might be good for those guys, but some guys that are going to be big time players. I don't think Caleb signed his NFLPA either, if I'm not mistaken, too.
Yeah, I'm
So,
not sure. I didn't look into
so
Caleb.
it gives a little education to these younger players to hopefully they can kind of read these contracts. Don't jump at the first bait that you see. Especially if you're that guy, you're that player. Give it some time. Bet on yourself, and you'll be able to kind of make these types of decisions and negotiations later on in your future.